suspect granted bail, people with mental illness forgotten by families, side by side lays foundation for early intervention and parent training. We suffer in abhorrent poverty, says municipal workers, and new MTC project targets homelessness.
The man accused of assaulting a Pick n Pay employee last week, Samuel Shikale, appeared in the Windhoek Magistrate Court today, where he was granted bail of $3,000 Namibian. Shikale made his first appearance this morning at the Windhoek Magistrate Court after he was apprehended at his residence in Simbabasia on a charge of assault with intent to do grievous bodily harm. The 38-year-old is seen in a video that went viral on social media attacking a worker at a local supermarket. The magistrate granted him bail, and his next appearance will be on the 2nd of September to allow for further investigations. The state prosecutor did not object bail and set conditions for his release, such as the accused not leaving the Windhoek district without the consent of the investigating officer and reporting in person every Monday at the Windhoek police station. Shikale's lawyer assured the magistrate that his client is not a flight risk and that the incident has drawn attention on social media. Pick n Pay Namibia has since condemned the violent act in a press release and apologized to the employee for the trauma that she endured and to its employees and customers that witnessed the altercation. They have banned Shikale and his accomplice from entering its stores and are providing counseling to the employee.
My father worked hard, and he made sure I did too. Because of him, I studied every day, and I did well. He helped me start my first business. It's only now I understand. My father always had big dreams for me. And now, my dreams are the same as my father's.
In 100 years, we've learned that times change, but what matters never will.
People with mental illness roaming the streets sometimes get raped and beaten up. That's why I take them in, because I believe that nursing is a calling and I enjoy what I do. These were the sentiments of Hefata founder Regina Condobolo. Despite being wheelchair-bound and suffering from diabetes and other chronic illnesses, Condombolo has been taking care of people with mental illness for years and is calling on members of the public to take care of their family members, especially when they're so vulnerable to the outside world. She initially started a daycare center for the mentally ill, but because family members never came back for them, she decided to run the center on a full-time basis.
Now what happened is people started to dump and never turned up to take their people. So as people are, and the stigma was also the main thing that was playing around there in that situation. So I ended up keeping them during the day and running around. And now the thing is, there's one thing. When these patients are admitted here, there was a rule that the doctors prescribed a disability grant for them. Oh, that was a problem. When they get the grant, then the families immediately come and collect them. And then after a few days, you will see the police helping the person, offload him here, hunger, and roaming the streets to beg for food. That's what happened. So that's how some of them are permanently here for about more than 10 years. Some said, you started it, proceed. Nobody wants to have anything to do with a mentally challenged, but not even a mother. You know, as a mother, it was so dead to me.
The Hafata founder says that they are faced with enormous challenges, but as long as they have food to eat and a roof over their heads, all she pleads for is for family members to pop in every now and then just to say hello.
You won't believe the who's that I have here in the house. There are teachers, even nurses, whom are supposed to know the situation of the person. The mother knows it's her child, she gave birth to him, but she's reluctant, she don't want to accept. But sometimes it's a nurse. Teachers, the families are here. They don't care. They would rather come and say, didn't I tell you, Auntie, that this child mustn't come to my yard again. It's a disgrace. Come and quarrel with me. Why is this one back here? What are you doing with his disability grant? Eating up and send the person to us to come. I said, no. I also have my own disability grant. As a person, I used to teach my children. You will never know where you end up one day. If you have a smooth life, just imagine a medical doctor who were trained and were busy working, and they ended up here. You can bring a lorry full of food, the person, and he's not an eater. He would eat something, piesel, and then he will give it to someone else. The person wants the attention from the family. Just to say hi, to come around and say, hi, how are you? How are you doing?
Kondombolo is urging members of the public to refrain from the stigma surrounding people with mental illness, as they too deserve a rightful place in society. She also commended her neighbors and good Samaritans who always lend a helping hand to keep the center up and running.
Share with us on #LearnOn1. Tell us what you're learning and where you're learning it from. Send us your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV. It just gets better.
Side by Side has changed the lives of over 150 families in informal settlements, supporting children with special needs, focusing on early childhood intervention and parent training.
Yay! Well done!
With the harsh reality of the COVID-19 pandemic, Side by Side continues to support children with special needs and severe medical conditions by doing home visits and providing educational training to keep families safe. Side by Side director and mother of a child with severe disability, Happy van Wyk, describes the journey as phenomenal and yet challenging.
So we are very passionate about the work that we do in the communities. We have a center here, 3 buildings. We do one-on-one sessions with the parents. So what's important here is that we teach the parents how to work with their children. It doesn't help we do early intervention here and we just work with the children, but the families doesn't grasp what type of disabilities it is. What does the future look like? How long will this go on? So we work one-on-one with the parents. We work in group setup. So we prepare the children to go to school one day, to have an absolutely exciting future for them. And then we took it even further and we went to Chumep last week and we did our very first outreach outside of Vinted, and we did a whole week worth of training to 60 people in Chumep, training them on what is my child's disability, how can I embrace it, how can I live a life of abundance having a child like this, having the challenges like I have, and how can I dream for my child without being limited. But I want to challenge everybody out there, if you hear the word disability, it's not an inability. Please remember that somebody with a disability is not unable to do anything. They're people with the same love and the same kindness and the same dreams as you and me. Reach out to them, do your research and learn something.
The center has changed the lives of many parents who express their gratitude and how they have managed to overcome the stigma against children living with disability.
As a mom, side by side has changed my life because I did not have any hope for her because I was told she was 65% brain damage. And they said she will not be able to walk, she will not be able to see or do anything. But when I came here, the people and the kids that I saw have changed my life because I thought I was the only one with this problem and my child's problem was very big for me. But when I came here, I saw different type of kids with different symptoms and everything. But then with the exercises and the help from side by side, she can sit on her own, she can crawl, she's trying to get up on her own now. So it has changed my life a lot.
First he was just rolling over, but now since we came here, he started to sit and he's starting to do the things that he was not doing before. It's just a normal child like all the other children, just small differences, but they are all just children. So don't feel sad or don't feel ashamed to show them to the world. They are just people like all of us. So we can just live together.
Okay, thank you. Okay, say what you want to say.
Say hello.
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 Yay.
Really, before I was so like depressed and all those stuff. When I met Heidi and Tegan, they really changed my life because I am having a hydrocephalic baby. His head is so big I couldn't even how to take care of him, how to control him. But he has learned me a lot. Now he's doing fine and he's doing everything that he couldn't do before. I faced more challenges. I couldn't even go out with him and all those stuff. I was so scared. Yeah, but now because of them, really I can do everything. I can go out with him. I can take him everywhere and all those stuff.
Staff, therapists and parents are working hand in hand and have built a strong relationship in creating a platform where children with special needs feel part of society and integrated within local communities.
Last year, critics and audiences fell in love with the Big C.
So what next?
I, for one, am prepared to be wowed.
Oh, you be wowed. I'll be drunk. My name's Kathy, and I will see you now.
It is not okay for you to kiss my wife.
I don't want to feel better. I want to be better.
Fed up with poor living conditions, displeasing work environment, and no fixed-term employment, City of Windhoek contract workers in the Solid Waste Management Division marched to the municipal headquarters and handed over a petition to Mayor Francina Kahungu demanding change. The disgruntled workers feel as though their plight has fallen on deaf ears as they are experiencing the same challenges they've raised since 2018. The workers say they are suffering in abhorrent poverty due to what they've labeled as council's opportunistic delays. Convinced that the delay is a deliberate stunt by councillors and management to create opportunities to benefit from outsourced services as a way of augmenting their fat salaries, the workers say they are disappointed at how council is delaying the implementation of a decision to employ them permanently. Mayor of Windhoek, Francina Kahungu, accepted the petition and vowed to do everything in her power to ensure the workers' demands are met.
Petition is to be received, therefore after given to the office of the Chief Executive Officer, who in return will prepare a submission for the petition to be discussed by Management Committee of Windhoek Municipality. The Management Committee members of Windhoek Municipality Council are to look at the petition and act accordingly, according to how they feel the petition issues are to be dealt with.
With COVID-19 looming over Namibia and the rest of the world, the workers face a scarier challenge, that of staying clear of the virus while keeping Windhoek clean with inadequate personal protective equipment. The city of Windhoek has till the 15th of July 2020 to meet the workers' demands.
Hello and welcome to Turning Point International. We have taken over London.
For 10 years I did it and I got burnt out.
Over time, eBay developed an addictive personality to escape depression.
There's some people, they take medication and it actually doesn't work for them.
The MTC project that started last year is a social intervention program by the telecommunication giant aims to address societal issues within communities. This week, MTC launched yet another project focusing on those without shelter in the country. Through this initiative, MTC is hoping to create public awareness about homeless Namibians and the issues pertaining to their plight. Furthermore, in this project, MTC is aiming to raise funds of over 1 million Namibian dollars.
As we drive around the city of Windhoek, we are almost confronted by the homeless. Some of them find shelter in graveyards, under bridges, sometimes on pavements. When you are homeless, you do not have access to clean water. You do not have access to food, basic medication and food. The homeless are almost 70 times more likely to have been victims of violence. People become homeless for various reasons. There are social causes of homelessness, such as the lack of affordable housing, poverty and unemployment, and life events which causes individuals to become homeless. As Namibians, we have to pause and debate the issues, not with the aim of criticizing or blaming each other, but to find solutions and, most importantly, act. This project is a call to action with two main objectives. Firstly, to raise awareness, create conversation, and find solutions. And secondly, to raise funds so that those who are experts can act.
Clinical psychologist Ute Sinkala defined homelessness as a social ill, as she outlined some of the challenges that are faced by those who call the streets their home.
People who are homeless face challenges not just with the cold weather, but also with food, health care, and all of these things are interrelated, because if you do not have shelter, you become sick earlier than everyone else. What happens? You become depressed, you become anxious. That might lead you to self-medicate with alcohol, because that keeps you warm, that makes you forget about your problems. So as much as we are struggling every day with maintaining a healthy daily routine, how much worse for the person who is homeless? How much worse to be able to keep up an exercise routine eat healthy. How much more difficult is it to sleep for 8 hours, which our bodies need? So to deal with homelessness, we as a society, as a corporate world, needs to know that we need to look at it as a social ill that comes from various things like social unemployment, housing, breakdown in relationships. We need to look at social stigma, economic as well as political inequality. We need to look at stereotypes. We need to look at discrimination.
This year, the MTC Knockout Project challenges personalities into performing live songs by Namibian artists on stage as a way of raising funds for the project.
The MTC Knockout Project Against Homelessness have challenged 30 Namibian personalities to get on stage at a live music concert and perform 2 hit songs of 30 Namibian artists. These personalities will be challenged to do the unthinkable in the interest of this cause. They will have to their disposal the artist who owns the 2 hit songs, a studio, a choreographer, a voice coach, a live band, professional dancers, and a producer who will work with them for the next 3 months to get them ready for a performance of a lifetime.
The event will be held on the 3rd of October 2020 at the National Theatre of Namibia in the format of a music concert. All proceedings will go towards assisting the homeless. Tickets will go on sale towards the end of July at the cost of $500 Namibian dollars.
Let's talk about the coronavirus outbreak here in Africa. How do you get people to regularly wash their hands when water is scarce? How do you get people to work from home when majority of Africans work in the informal sector?
People are dying and suffering.
More importantly, how do you get a vibrant and dynamic continent to stop in its tracks? Welcome to The Breakdown, BBC Africa's COVID-19 special program, helping you make sense of the crisis.
In other leading stories, the global COVID-19 pandemic has a significant impact on the world's economy, which has negatively impacted conservation. Save the Rhino Trust Namibia, Integrated Rural Development and Nature Conservation, and the Namibian Nature Foundation, which provide critical field-based support to trackers and rhino rangers, have seen their budgets slashed by up to 30% as international donors have had to pass along cuts to their own budgets. Adding to the pressure, tourism, which is a primary economic force in rural Namibia and contributes significantly to the cost of conservation, has been severely impacted. There are also significant job losses in urban areas, and large numbers of the unemployed are migrating back to their extended families in the rural areas. This has created a vicious cycle of increased need, dwindling income, and increased pressure on natural resources, ultimately resulting in an escalation in poaching. With a donation of 1,000 ounces of gold by B2Gold, the launch of the B2Gold Rhino Gold Bar in January 2020, and the subsequent sale of 600 bars to local buyers, the B2Gold Rhino Gold Bar Advisory Committee has responded to the crisis in critical ways by providing funding for, amongst others, salaries and support to keep rangers from all 13 Rhino Range communal conservancies in the northwest in the field for the next 12 months, and salaries and support for field staff from SRT and IRDNC that is crucial to ensure adequate patrol levels are maintained in order to keep the poaching pressure at bay and sustain population growth. Within 4 months of the launch of the B2Gold Rhino Gold Bar, the project has already disbursed $3 million Namibia dollars to community-backed rhino conservation efforts.
Welcome to Comments Corner, your daily dose of local comments from the hottest social media pages. The Namibian Police Force Regional Commander for Commerce, Joseph Shikongo, highlighted the challenge of ensuring that citizens adhere to social distancing measures in spaces such as bars and clubs. Cornelius Franz said the law enforcement should do its job. Simon said drinking with a face mask on could prove to be tricky. Amelia said that even health officials have acknowledged the decline in patients turning up at hospitals as a result of stabbings at bars. Fisher said the police can patrol the streets and confiscate weapons at bars and shebeens. Anton said the selling of liquor should be banned at the COVID-19 epicenter towns. Evelyn said the public is pleased with the reopening of bars, but not schools. While Jonas said alcohol generates revenue for government. And that is all from Comments Corner. Be sure to post your comments on our social media pages for broadcast every day only on Today and One.
We always love to hear from you. Send us your views, comments and videos with your name and town to the One Africa TV's WhatsApp on 081 200 6659 or send an SMS to 555. One Africa TV, it just gets better.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of 700 Club Nigeria. Today on 700 Club Nigeria, a woman encounters inexplicable pain after the delivery of her baby. An interesting chat with the Israeli ambassador to Nigeria. Plus, we learn about the power within our spoken words.
My portion in the land of the living, help me sing. As for me, and my house we will serve.
A look at the weather forecast. First, an advisory from the Windhoek Met Office. Very cold, windy and rainy conditions are expected in the Karas, Hardap and Western Plateau tomorrow. Freezing weather will spread over the central and eastern region on Saturday, so please do take the necessary precautions. The Namibia interior cloudy and very cold in the west and south with showers and thunder showers. Elsewhere partly cloudy and mild to warm. It will be windy over the interior. The coast cloudy and cold with showers and thunder showers over the central and southern coast. The wind fresh to strong northwesterly.
Starting the program in Malawi today, where a new president was inaugurated on Monday. Dr. Lazarus Chakwera's road to victory was hard fought after the Constitutional Court overturned the results of the May 2019 presidential vote earlier this year, denying incumbent Peter Mutharika victory due to what they and many protesters deemed were widespread irregularities. President Chakwera went on to win the rerun election last month and said he felt like Lazarus come back from the dead, referring